The Celtics have won the NBA Finals. It is a fantastic night for the city of Boston, the region of New England, the students of the University of New Hampshire who are lighting couches on fire tonight. It is a great night for Irish Americans. It is a great night for Jaylen Brown. Let's go Knicks. How do we feel?
As you said, Irish Americans, I really realized like it is the only team that's just solely cemented on the
It's
fact that it's an Irish team and I
it's
can't even
like
enjoy it.
it's like Celtics for us by
Yeah,
us.
yeah, seriously. It should be the team we rally behind, but obviously
I know.
it's Nick's tape.
We have
Um,
other priorities.
uh,
Look, honestly, okay, so when they just won, I started crying
yeah,
because it
yeah,
was beautiful. Because and this is so because I know how hard they've worked and I know how much they deserve it and I know how many years in the making this has been. And that is what I realized, like that is what you miss that's what I missed out on last year with someone like Joker winning,
yeah, and
who
not
does
caring.
not give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
And then you see guys who like wanted this more than fucking anything. I was crying for them.
Yeah, and I gotta say, shout out to Mike Breen, even though he's a Knicks guy.
Yeah.
He's just really good. He was like just talking about how the long journey, the road, how long it
Yeah.
took. And Doris chimed in. They really just made it emotional for them. And I agree. And I think that's why sports are so great because you can watch them and you realize they've just been losing since LeBron beat them in like
I know.
2019 or 18, whatever year that was. And it's like they've been at this together, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, so long. And when
Yeah.
you realize all the things that had to come together for them to get to this moment, and also how lucky like the West, like they didn't have to play Denver. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like things come together and you're like, good for them. Like, and it's almost, I'm almost happy that the West kind of cleared itself out because Boston really did deserve one.
They
Uh,
really deserve this. I'm
but
really
it,
happy for them.
it's relatable to anyone, like putting in effort and working and then succeeding to win a championship. Like anyone can relate to that. So it is inspiring.
It was very inspiring. It was very beautiful. Jaylen Brown, MVP. If we want to give out most disappointing player, probably Kyrie. He just never really came through.
He had one good game.
He had one good game, but he's like the star. He's a star, you know. So he had 12 in one, 16 in another, then he had a 35, which is great. 21. I don't know what he came out with tonight,
Yeah,
but
no, I mean,
it's tough. But
you needed him to be
you
like
needed him to go
at,
psychotic.
at a higher level, yeah, in order for them to win.
But
But
you
they
know what
know,
one note that I wanted to say about Kyrie is I think that he gets a bad rep or whatever, but I thought he kept it really classy this whole series. He got booed every time,
yeah,
he
he did
got the
that
ball and he never like lashed out. And then even tonight when they took him out of the game,
class.
the so the Celtics have already won.
Yeah,
Like you guys
class.
are winning. And then the whole arena starts booing him when he's leaving the game. He's going over, he's showing love to the Celtics
Yes,
players and the coaches, and
yes.
people are booing him. I'm like, guys, this is an Irish issue. This is the classless Irish coming out. Like, guys, you're making us look bad. Just like you're
Yeah,
winning. Take the win.
yeah. This fans aside, it was a full circle moment for Kyrie as a basketball player. Even though he didn't play well, I think it's a long road from him. Like, I got to leave LeBron and do it myself. Flat earth conspiracies, kind of being outside of the pocket, not showing up to work all the time, all the teams, all the controversy for him to like mature this season,
Yeah.
bring a team to a championship, and then just have class of like, I'm a leader, I'm a vet,
Yeah.
I'm a other guy. I gotta,
I thought he had a lot of class and I like respect him.
yes, like he, even though he lost and he was one of the worst players, he won, I think, overall.
He won to me. Yes, he
Yeah,
won
yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
Like I
Like
think
it
it
did.
helped his PR. His PR team is
Yeah,
like this was a rebrand this
that's
year.
a win. Yeah, like it helped in my book for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a few thoughts.
okay.
I wrote them down because it kept popping up every time I saw a new player on the stage.
Okay.
Drew Holiday, 2 championships in three.
Incredible.
The secret piece. People aren't talking enough about that. I think he's the reason Milwaukee was so good. And he's the reason the Celtics were so good. That might be the trade of the decade.
Agree.
That might be the biggest trade of the decade because they
And
got him for nothing.
yeah,
Literally,
and also just shows what a great person and player he is.
yeah.
He didn't even think he was getting traded. I don't even think he thought he was on the chopping block. He was pretty solidified in
He's a good
Milwaukee.
dude. He's a good team
He's
player.
a family man, a community guy, and he apparently like he got traded right before like the day before
Yeah.
training camp. He just
His
had to
wife,
show
his
up.
wife went on
I
Instagram
remember I saw the
like
post.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
like of
they were
course this
not
is a business, but they're real people, you know? So
Yeah. So that was my first note. Shout out to him. Next shout out, Al Horford finally gets one. Years. And
that's what got me, bro.
I'm a LeBron fan. So I've been watching LeBron send him home for years.
Right.
Getting back to Atlanta, the Celtics, like, I mean, did he was on the Celtics when they beat them the first year? Yeah. He's just been getting bounced every year repeatedly, and he's always in the playoffs, and he's always good. They said some stat where it's like his 186th playoff game.
He's like second to Carl Malone or
Yeah,
something
it's
without a ring. Yeah.
without a ring. It's wild. Well, now he's
And
got one. That's great.
they asked like Jason Tatum like how important was it to the team to get Big Al this ring? And they said it was like the most important thing because it's like the favorite teammate of all time.
Yeah,
Everyone loves him. He's
yeah,
38. He looks amazing.
he looks great.
He looks
Well,
fantastic. I
and
love Big Al.
is he Spanish?
He's Dominican.
Dominican.
Yeah.
I had no idea where he was from. I didn't like. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever like watched an Al Horford interview.
Yeah. He's very like these.
Yeah, yeah. Huge. I mean,
Huge.
like I feel like teams are good when you have like young stars and vets who like have a chip on their shoulder, and I think Boston had all that. Next note: Celtics 18th win most all time. They
Oh
were
wow.
tied with the Lakers since the Lakers won in 2020, and they just
Wow.
got it. Interesting little tidbit. As a LeBron fan, and if he stays on the Lakers, they get JJ Redick. They become really good. They play Boston in the finals next year to stop the back to back.
Well, here's
Wishful
okay.
thinking.
So like obviously by the time the second half started, I think everybody on the Mavericks was just going like I felt all the players on the Mavericks just collectively go, well, we'll get him next year.
Yeah,
Like
no,
they knew. And
I
then you know what?
last game we didn't cover it, but that was basically like this is the pride game. We're not going to show our fans
Yeah,
that we're losers. And also I think Boston was like we'd rather win at home, so
exactly. But what was I just saying? What was I just about to say?
they halfway through they gave it up. You
Oh
can tell.
yeah. But I don't know if you saw like these little side stories about people are putting out in the media that the Mavs are putting out that they are very interested in drafting Bronny
Oh,
in the
yeah.
first round. If he's still left by the time they get to them, he won't. And then
Forget it. After this
then
championship now, all we're going to be hearing about is where's Bronny going? Where's LeBron
I
going?
know.
It's
But then
all
LeBron randomly having lunch in Dallas, like outside, so he's being photographed. Like that's a PR move. He's not stupid. He
oh,
knows what's going on.
of
He wants to
course.
chit chat.
Course, of
Of
course. I
course.
mean, if you're LeBron and you're going, they just lost in the final, so if I go there, I'm the guy that gets them over the hump, and we know they have a good team. The problem is it's too much risk because if you don't make the finals, then you just look like a
Yeah, you're a schmuck.
loser. I
Yeah.
think he only has one option. That's either, well, he's got a couple options. You can go to stay in LA.
Mhm.
You can go to a team like the Knicks, just completely out of nowhere. Even if it was the Sixers, like a team has nothing to do with anything, and you just go there, they don't win anyway. So
Right.
it's not like you have a standard you have to hit like with Dallas. And then third, just return to Cleveland. But I don't even think Cleveland would do that right now. Not to get on LeBron.
I mean,
Next thing, Joe Mazzulla, 35-year-old coach, youngest coach to ever win a ring in the NBA.
hot and weird, and now with
Besides,
a ring. Yeah.
just a shout out, Bill Russell won it as a player coach at 35.
What's a
Wild.
player coach?
Meaning he played in the games and coached the team while he was,
Really?
yeah.
That's
Like he was
incredibly
on the
random.
roster and the coach.
Wow.
That
That's
would never
amazing.
happen now, but pretty wild that he did that. But Joe Mazzulla, youngest coach to
I
win.
like Crazy Joe. Also, everybody was like dissing him last year because he had like a rocky start, but also he only became the coach because he like the guy had a cheating scandal, right? The main guy.
Yeah, it was a
So
big
then
one.
he randomly had to
And
come
that guy
step
was
in,
good
and
too. Like they went to the
he's
finals.
great. Yeah.
They went to the finals with him. So it's weird. Um, the other thing, Missoula, he's got very good awareness of situational awareness. They mentioned it on the thing, but I was thinking it as they were saying it, like he started taking players out of the game in order
Mm.
and staggered so they can each get their own standing O.
Right.
He's got next level awareness. So I think he's just like a good leader for a guy that young.
I agree. I think this was his redemption because everybody was shitting on him last year.
Yeah,
So
he got it bad. He got it
he's
bad.
he's the one to watch now. Next.
Next, a sneaky topic, but is Brad Stevens the best GM in the league?
That's that random guy. Okay, so I was
So,
watching this. Go
you
ahead.
know about Brad Stevens?
Not really. I was just watching this little press conference thing, and all these random people are standing in the front getting the trophy, and it's like when you work on a TV show that wins an award, and all the
Yeah,
producers that you've never seen in your life get up to accept it. And
yeah,
you're like, who the fuck are these people? Where are the
yeah.
actors?
No, I know. Yeah, but Brad Stevens is sneaky because he was a college coach. I want to say they went to the national championship or they won, or they made a Final Four. He was on a small school, but he was like 30 or whatever. So he was like the next young it coach that made a lot of steam in the NCAA. Boston signed him at like 32, 33. He coached them for like 5 years. All those years LeBron was like dominating the East. Brad Stevens was the head coach.
Oh,
Then over the last few years, I want to say maybe during COVID or after the bubble, that he just went to GM. And that's when the team started getting really good because he just started bringing in pieces and like think about the moves he made. Like all the people they let alone got like through draft and stuff just on the bench and that, but like you like the Porzingis and the Drew Holiday moves to like finally build out the roster on top of bringing in the first coach, even though the scandal was a thing, but then bringing in Missoula, like all this basketball operation stuff that he's spearheading and player operations, like he might be the best GM in the league.
yeah. Okay.
And he's just been doing it quietly. Why everyone's flipping out about the Knicks losing in the first round or whatever, the second round. It's like quietly, Brad Stevens is just putting together.
How old did you say he was?
Now, I don't know. That's a good question.
He looked young when I saw him on the
He is super young. He like,
looks like a little baby face.
how old he is? 47 now. Okay, so maybe I was off by,
No, but he looked really young.
but he must have got the job when he was like 38, 39, which was
Right.
young. Like Missoula's crazy young. Like he was probably in his late 30s, early 40s when he took over, which was really young. And now they're making like a crazy little dynasty potentially. But you say that every year. I mean, Denver looked unbeatable and then they lost. So,
Yeah, I mean they looked pretty beatable to me.
and then my
The
last,
guy wants to drink beer and race horses. I mean, what are we
well,
talking here?
joking doesn't
I'm a
care.
Joker fan,
Yeah.
but what are
It's
we talking
wild
here?
that, and then you say like you joke about like Luca eating a lot and stuff. Like
No, drinking a
wild.
lot.
It's crazy how, in comparison, the Euro players like do way less, like in terms of like being the ultimate athletes,
Oh yeah,
but
exactly.
they just win
Well, so yeah, so Luca
because they're just pure
obviously this
skill.
was
They're just pure skill and team basketball.
yeah, I mean Luca was a team of one, really. I mean, he had good games. He put up numbers. It's just he can't be the only one out there. That's, you know.
Yeah. My
So I kind of feel bad for him because everyone is shitting on him. He has stopped arguing with the refs. I think he saw all of the tweets and
yeah,
the videos. Um,
that's
also
fun.
of note, the Derek of White tooth shot. Did you
I
see
didn't see
when
that.
so he fell and bashed his face and then he started bleeding and he kept checking his teeth, but he stayed in the game. And then he
Yeah.
smiled and half of his tooth was gone. He looks like a hobbit, bro.
Did that happen to you once?
Yeah, that did. I call it me too. We were like riding bikes when we were
So
kids
it
and
looked
I
like
fell
that.
face down.
It looked
No,
like
but it's more like full
full tooth.
more than I had, more than I had.
Yeah, I
And
remember that happened to you and it happened to John,
yeah.
JJ. Um, I think I was there for both of them.
Yeah, and then Mark Zuckerberg, our dentist, who's sorry, Mark Zuckerberg's dad, Edward Zuckerberg, was our dentist, and he put my cap on. It's
Shout
still in
out
there today. Shout out Ed Zuckerberg.
Ed Zuckerberg. Okay, last note.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown wins MVP. Jason Tatum has lost his ability to enter the all-time greats convo, no matter what else he does. Like it's a low key one of these things where it's like the ripples and the like in the accolades for all time now. Like once you start getting into the top 10 players, they just start throwing out random stuff like didn't even win finals MVP. Like that's the thing with Steph. Like people are like, Steph never got a finals MVP until the last one. He finally got it. But it will impact Jason Tatum's all-time status.
Really?
I thought that was
Even if he gets one like a different year.
yeah, no, like if he wins another one, wins Finals MVP, everyone's like he's an all-time great. But then they're gonna go, is he better than Hakeem Olajuwon, who's got two? And
Right.
they go, no, because Hakeem Olajuwon won and was the best player on the team both times.
Right.
You know, you start getting into that conversation. So he like probably won't crack the top 15 all time, even no matter what he does.
Do you think it was hard to tell, but do you think Jason Tatum was a little sad he did not win MVP? I could tell he was a little.
I think so because it's not like all the guys cheered and bum rushed and he was still like on the end and he was
Yeah.
this and then when Jason Tatum said it, I think he dropped his head.
Yeah.
But I think overall he's pumped because
Yeah,
he
it's
won
huge.
and like all the hate is out now and like no one could say anything and the burden's lifted and
Yeah,
everyone knows that the Celtics are more a team than they are individual players. But I
exactly.
think at the end of the day, like his contracts change now. Like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown's the highest paid player in the league.
I know.
So like, is it crazy he won MVP? No, like maybe Jason Tatum's got to realize like you know, Jaylen Brown could be the guy. I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
I think if Jason Tatum won the MVP, Jaylen Brown would have expected it more than the other way around.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, it just affects his all-time convo because I don't think anyone's gonna put Jaylen Brown in like an all-time discussion after this.
Yeah, I don't
Jason
even.
Tatum was the one who was like, he's the 10-pole guy. If he wins the MVP, now he's the best player in the league. But how could you put him above Joker or any other one person who's won plus the MVP recently? Like you can't put him over Giannis or Joker,
Right.
you know, just on accolades alone. But that's how like the basketball writers talk when online, like that they talk about all these awards.
But not us.
Well, we're starting to, I
We're
guess.
now
So.
part of the sports media.
No, we're
By
kind
the
of.
way, did you see our boy Julius Randle sitting on the ESPN panel?
I see him right now because I have the.
Looking I've never seen he looked like
It's a random person to have there.
it's so random, but he looked like really
Did they
good.
have Josh Hart the
He
other
looked
day?
like he's like GQ Julius. I've never
Yeah.
seen him like look like this. He looks like
Wait,
really good. They had Josh Hart last time.
so
Okay,
why are
back to
why are the
practice, boys. What are they doing?
yeah, like what are the Knicks doing at the Celtics?
It's time to practice. This is why we're never getting to the championship. All right. Well, I mean, look, it's been a fantastic
Now I'm
season
just this I don't know what to say anymore after this. Why is he
about
there?
GQ
Why are
Julius.
Knicks guys at the
I
Boston
don't
Garden
know.
talking about
Why are we
basketball?
recapping this? We
Yeah,
don't know.
you should
Anyway,
have
it's been a
head
beautiful
down in the gym.
season. It's been a beautiful season. All,
I think this is the
any and all
correct
Knicks
ending.
players need to immediately report to the gym and leave the
Yeah.
Celtics game now, please. Thank
But
you.
overall, I think this is the correct ending to the season.
100%.
This is the right one. Like if Dallas won, it would have been that's a weird season. This is the correct ending to the season.
This is the correct thing that happened. It was really beautiful to watch. Like I said, I did cry when they won. Happy for the
Yeah.
Celtics, happy for the city of Boston, happy for New England, happy for Celtics fans everywhere.
All right.
God bless the Irish. Relax, relax. Okay, we'll see you. We'll see you next year.
Next, let's go.
Yeah.
Early picks for next year. Championship.
I don't know. I could never have predicted this year being the Mavs, so you never know.
Just to win, I'm saying.
Knicks.
There we go.
Knicks stay healthy. Knicks win.
I like it.
There's only one team that wants it more than the
maybe we get a
Celtics,
star
and
too.
that's the New York Knicks. If you think
Maybe-
about our players and how bad the Celtics players like want it, how hard they work, what other team does that other than the Knicks?
Well, that's a whole nother debate.
Relax, relax, chill, 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 chill.
No, let's pick
right.
the Knicks
Let's pick the Knicks.
for next year.
Next year, Knicks are the champs. It's been a beautiful season. We're gonna start getting into soccer recaps now. So we'll see you guys soon.